والعاقبة للمتقين وأصلي وأسلم على نبيه الكريم عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم. Amma ba'd. My brothers and sisters, if you look at the chapter of knowledge in Sahih al-Bukhari, you'll see a really interesting hadith. Of course, there's many hadith that are interesting that many of us have probably never even read or heard of before, simply because we never took the time to go through the whole book. But one hadith in particular that we're going to cover today, inshallah ta'ala, has to do with knowledge, the chapter of knowledge. And a few lessons can be learned from this hadith. So, the Prophet ﷺ was sitting with his companions, with the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, and he was teaching them, right? Talking, discussing with them. And there was a Bedouin man who came and approached the Prophet ﷺ, and he asked him a question. And he asked him, he says, Ya Rasulullah, mata as-sa'a? When is the day of judgment, right? When is the hour, that day when reckoning will happen? So the Prophet ﷺ, he pauses and he continues to teach. He pretty much ignores him, as in he doesn't answer his question immediately. So he continued to teach, and that Bedouin man, he had moved around and so on. Then when the Prophet ﷺ was finished, addressing his Sahaba, the companions radiallahu anhum, he asked, where is that Bedouin man, right? He asked, where is he? Where is the questioner? So the questioner, the Bedouin man, he turns to the Prophet ﷺ and he identifies himself, I'm here. So he answers the question of this Bedouin man. And he says, ﷺ, that the hour will come when the amana is not fulfilled, right? Now what is the amana? Amana is the duties and responsibilities that we have been given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever role that we've been given, whatever tasks we've been given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we are not fulfilling that, then the day of judgment will happen, will take place. So this Bedouin man, he asks the Prophet ﷺ, well, what is that? Like, what is the amana? When will this take place? And so the Prophet ﷺ, he says, when a person who is put in a position of power but is unfit for that position, as in a role or position of power, authority is given to someone who is not fit for that role. So we learn from this hadith of the Prophet ﷺ a number of things. If we rewind and go back, we learn the importance of asking a question at the right time, not interrupting when someone is speaking or teaching. And this happens regularly. You'll notice if you attend lectures and halaqat regularly, you'll see how sometimes, the teacher is teaching and someone will just interrupt and say, that doesn't make sense, or what about this, what about that? So the importance of knowledge extends to the importance of respecting the knowledge before we even get it, right? Receiving that knowledge in a manner where we respect it. And so the Prophet ﷺ teaches the importance of sticking to a topic, sticking to what is being taught. Let's learn this first. Don't sidetrack to something else. Once we're done that, we can discuss another topic. Then the Prophet ﷺ opens that door and shows us the importance of seeking knowledge. That a person who's in a position of power or authority should be someone who's learned, or should be someone who has the credentials for that position. And we see this almost every single day, right? In corporations and companies, sometimes you meet someone who's a manager and you're like, this guy's the manager, right? That's the foreman. They have no idea what they're doing. I remember once I was working for a company, my dad got me a summer job. This is way, going back to high school. And, my dad got me a summer job. And during that summer job, the foreman came and he gave me a job to do. And I did the job and he came back, he said, I didn't ask you to start it. Like, you came to me early in the morning, gave me the drawings, asked me to do it, now I'm done the job, you're telling me you didn't ask me to start it. He's like, okay, you can start it now. I'm like, but it's done already. And I was like, I just don't get it. It was just a back and forth thing. And it was showing very clearly that this person had no idea what they were doing, right? That they didn't know how to run that position properly. And so the Prophet ﷺ is teaching us not only from a worldly aspect that people will be placed in positions where they're not fit for it, Islamically as well. We will find people who are trying to fill the role or fill shoes that are too big for their feet, right? That they don't have knowledge about. And so my brothers and sisters, We should never try to seek power, fame, authority, or higher positions if we know that we are not capable of filling that role. If we are a father or a mother, let's be a father or a mother. If we feel that we are not capable or we are not doing justice to our children, then we should educate ourselves in it. If you feel that you're being too harsh upon your children, read a book or two on how it is to be a parent or what's it like to be a parent, right? The best ways to treat your children. If you feel that you're not a good son or daughter, then read about what Islam says, about what, scholars or scientists or doctors or physicians or, psychiatrists say about how to treat one another and respecting each other. Educate ourselves in various different topics so that we can be the best people. And it is only with knowledge and honor given to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we will rise in truth, that we will rise to fill those positions with justice. And that is given to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for us to fill the roles and responsibilities that we've been given. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from amongst those that constantly increase in our knowledge. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to better ourselves and to help us to better ourselves by humbling ourselves in front of others. Ameen. Wa jazakumullahu khairan wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.